anything you don't want to live on the internet forever?
Hi, Twitch.
Hi, Twitch. Twitch, we have a lot of people here today. Look at us. Look at us. Very exciting. All right. Here we go. Is everybody ready to go? Sansar side? Yes.
Yes.
What's the absinthe fairy,
quite.
Kara? Isn't there an absinthe
do it.
fairy?
I
there
think
one of
those
so.
green
I think it's green. It's green. Maybe it should be green.
Kara, you know exactly what color that fairy is. We know what you do in your free time.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get started. So just a couple of big things. We're going to make a really cool sneak peek into Avatar 2.0 today, so we'll get ready for that. We've had a couple of days. What is that noise? Goodness. All right, somebody's really loud. Okay. It might be me. So we're going to be gathering some feedback on the Richer World release, which we just dropped the other day. So hopefully you've all had enough time to find your bugs or find the things you like and gather that information. And yeah, we're going to be talking about some other stuff as well. Also, just as a heads up, right after this we have Sansar Top 5, and then right after Sansar Top 5, which ends at 12:30 Pacific time, we have the Pride event, which is why you might see a few of us wearing our most Pride-related avatars, etc. So hope to see you all there. We'll be streaming all of that, etc. So if you can't actually be there, you can at least watch it. So hope to see you all there. Okay, yeah, I think we're ready to go. Who's first? Events URL announcement.
Yes,
Who wants
that
to
will
take
be
that?
me.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so before we head on to After 2.0, we do want to have like a little bit of an announcement about events. So last week in the product meetup, I think there was some feedback about the events URL not being able to send your friends into the experience. So basically, the link was broken. So the team is working on a fix for that. So that when you do copy the URL for your event space, your guests will be able to arrive at that experience even prior to the event. So if your partners need to test the experience, they can go in and do so. So we're shooting to release that in the point release in the next few days or a week or a few weeks. So please keep a lookout for that. That's it for events.
All right, super, super exciting. Who got excited about that announcement? See a show of hands. Yep, no hands. All right. All right. I know. It was a quick ask. Okay, well, since we got through that, I guess it's time for Avatar 2.0.
Yeah, all right, sweet. This is the exciting part.
Everybody get
All right.
ready.
So as everybody knows, we've been talking about Avatar 2.0 for the last couple of weeks, but one thing that we've been itching to do is to share a demo of the video, a demo of how it works. So we have here today a video of the bone deformation and how it works. Z here with a headless avatar beside me was the one who has been working a lot on this feature alongside the engineers. And he also put this video together, so here it is. All right, let's get out. All right.
Oh no, is it playing for anybody?
Oh, is it not working?
Let me try it.
All right.
Imagine.
Oh, goodness.
Can you imagine if we just tricked you all to coming here?
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Alright.
Okay. Everybody, be quiet. Be quiet. Shh.
Coming very soon.
Woo! That was fancy. All right. Oh, it's starting again. Oh my god.
All right, let me stop that.
You guys want to watch it again?
It's for the rest of this meetup.
Oh man, I'm lagging hardcore right now. What's up?
All right.
Too many people.
What everybody think?
I think it's super duper.
Super duper.
Yeah, it's super duper.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, so it's great.
Can make their own Steve Buscemi.
Little elf ears and some hobgoblin in the corner. I'm like, that's good.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's gonna be great.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing. I know that a complaint in the community has been everybody kind of looks the same. Hopefully this, if you're using the base avatar, obviously, with this we can get all kinds of crazy stuff, all kinds of really different looking avatars.
Hobgoblin in there.
This didn't really show off too much, like skin tone changing and things like that. It'll add extra variety on top, and
What excites me is to see that on a custom avatar, though.
yes.
Yeah.
Makeup, we're working on the texture layering as well. So that's the texture layering part of it. So being able to change out makeup, freckles, wrinkles, all kinds of different texture maps on top of that. So that is a feature we're working on. But that's not what was shown off in this video. This video is all about the bone deformation. And
All right, so-
we still have some improvements to do there too. Kind of visualizing which bones are moving and things like that.
Yeah, so speaking about that, so as Sean mentioned, this video only features bone deformation. There's a lot more aspects that we plan to add on as part of Avatar 2.0's release very soon. So just kind of as a rundown. In addition to this bone deformation feature, we're also going to have a couple of sliders that will add in additional blend morphing capabilities so that you can fine tune the avatar a little bit further down for the details that the bone deformation feature can't really capture. So, with those two hand in hand, it'll be like really powerful in your avatar creation process. And in order for us to be able to support this, just to kind of like repeat a few of our discussions in the last few weeks, we're going to have a new base avatar completely overhauled with a more refined skeletal structure that will definitely have a lot less bones than we have today. See here mentioned that it's around 30% less bones than our current avatar, so I think that would be great. Will definitely allow you to work with avatars much better in the future. And then I know there's been a lot of questions about the facial expressions, whether or not we're going to continue supporting it in the future. So the answer is yes. The facial structure, the facial expressions that the avatars exhibit today will still be intact, as well as the mouth movement that copies the text, or sorry, the speech that comes out of the avatar's mouth. Anything else I'm forgetting? So one more thing that we are also adding is the face preset feature that we have alluded to in the past, which basically enables you to play around with, the bone deformation feature that you just saw and the blend shapes, and then save that out as an actual preset in your inventory so that you can always come back and use the assets or the face presets that you have created in the past without having to use your lookbook as a way to save those different looks. So you can always mix and match your faces with different avatars easily. And while it's not going to be in the first release, the plan is to enable you to be able to sell those face presets as well in the store, so you can share your creations with everybody else. All right, that's the biggest things about the upcoming feature. Sean, anything I forgot?
No, I don't think so. A lot of with the face speech stuff and with the kinema, with our IK setup, we're going to be doing a refresh on that. So, it's kind of with the new skeleton, we're doing a refresh on the speech. So hopefully it'll, look really great. And then we're doing a refresh on the IK. So we'll be doing hopefully some improvements to hopefully it's just only going to get better. we're gonna make it only better. So it's gonna be great.
All right.
Yep, that's right.
Now, what
Yeah.
What
One more
about
thing.
layering?
Layering of.
Moving or putting tattoos on, things like that. Is that in the works for 2.0?
So one thing we are working on is the texture layering system, so that it may or may not be in the first release, but we are working towards supporting both makeup and tattoos. So with the texture layering system, we should be able to support all of that in as part of whether it's eye makeup or just tattoos or just makeup of any sort, in addition to the skin textures. So we're working for that towards that. All right, cool. So before we release Avatar 2.0, we are planning on sharing the skeleton much earlier. I think originally the plan was sometime this month, so please look out probably at the end of the month or early August for the skeleton. We'll definitely share with the community. And as part of that, we would like to also call out that we are going to create a support program for any creators who are interested in trying out the skeleton and working with us, so that we can help you test the assets before the release of Avatar 2.0, so that once we launch, you're already ready with your content. So keep on the lookout. We'll be sending the email about that in the next few weeks for signing up and the process of submitting your assets.
Oh, one quick note, Kara, it's not the end of this month, it's still June. So
It's
not
June. This is
Oh,
June.
It's June.
Oh yeah,
So it's not-
sorry,
it's not-
July. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was July already. End of July.
Kara, that absinthe problem you have is really starting to leak into your work.
I know.
Yikes.
I've been caught. All right. Shh.
Okay, so what do we have next? I think we've gone through the agenda, but now we need to get feedback from folks. So hopefully you all came prepared. Am I wrong about this? Is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah, I think we can go into feedback. For feedback, we are definitely looking to your feedback and questions for Avatar 2.0, and definitely we would like to get your feedback on the latest release from yesterday. What do you think about the updates? And are there any concerns about any features or anything that was broken after yesterday's release, so that we can get to them as quick as possible?
There's lots of questions in the chat, so I don't know who's taking care of the questions here. There's lots of questions in the chat.
Looking at them here.
Yep, Stanley and Galileo take point on that.
Checking it out.
Should
Hold on, I'm
we
having a little bit of lag, so bear with me for a second while this kind of clears up.
All right, shall I
okay.
read it?
I
Got it.
Oh, okay. All right. So some questions. Here we go. Rico Red asks, are there still 10,000 bones in the face?
No, there's not 10,000 bones in the face. There's something like 100 and... How many bones were in the face, Z? Something like 100 and... About 100.
120 or something like that originally. We drilled the face down to about 70 bones, I believe now.
So one thing we're looking at doing with the release, though, is to provide different versions of the skeleton that'll work for upload. So if you, for instance, are making a custom avatar and want to just have the mouth and the eyes, we're going to have a simpler avatar that we're going to release that'll be import compatible. So you can use that avatar to skin, so you don't have to worry about having a ton of bones in your face if that makes skinning harder for your custom avatars. So we'll have some different layers of skeletons that'll make it easier. But there are still about 70 bones in the face to get the full animated face if you want to go all the way to on that front.
Right, so those bones do help contribute to the facial expressions, right, Sean?
Yeah. So the more bones you skin, and the better you skin them, the better your face will hopefully was going to look when our speech matching works. But if you just want, for this frog, for instance, which I love this frog, I love this frog avatar. There's not full. I don't think there's full animation in the face. It's a lot of just the mouth moving. So if you want to, not every avatar requires the full face to look great. So.
Okay, so next, Kung Fury asks, could you buy a custom avatar and adjust it?
So with Avatar 2.0, not out of the box. We're not going to have the blend full deformation stuff out of the box for custom avatars. But one thing we're working on for custom avatars is we want to do blend shape support. So allowing the vertex morphing in there. And we were looking to do importing of pre-morphed skeletons. So if you have a werewolf avatar and it has really long arms, as your custom avatar, or if you have a duck avatar with a beak and you want to, move those bones before you import them, we're looking at to support that in the custom avatar front. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
More? Okay.
With the blend shapes, can I ask real quick, what's the purpose of them? Are they to move the face? Or is it to have options like sliders?
So the blend shapes that we're supporting in Avatar 2.0 are small cosmetic details that aren't necessarily bone related or difficult to do with bones. So think about like the, your eye, your eyelid. It does play like a monolid versus not. Plays a big interest in your face if you're trying to hit different ethnicities, and so that's a hard one to do with bones. So that's the kind of thing that we're looking at for blend shapes, those kind of difficult to morph with bone options, and so that's where we're going with blend shapes, but opening it up to...
I get that part, but what about, you said you're opening it up for custom avatars?
Yeah, so for custom avatars you could do kind of whatever you wanted with the blend shapes. We're just going to read them in and allow you to use them with a slider.
Oh, okay. So it's not technically like part of the speech program.
No. The speech stuff only works with the bones. So the speech is going to work with the bones. But if you guys wanted custom blend shapes for your own eyelids, for this frog had different eyelids, you could blend shape. Then you could add that customizability.
Cool.
It's really
I think that's
cool,
awesome, and but I think a lot of people that are asking for blend shapes want it to make
mouth movements.
Yeah,
I see.
Not that I think we should do that because I know that entails having a whole system for that. So.
Right. I think that if we wanted to get facial expressions, we would want to do it through animation for bone stuff, through bone animation, and we should have a face layer.
Agree too.
Like a face layer that you can kind of overload. Maybe we can hook it to buttons, that kind of thing, where you can like go through different emotions, and that will affect how your face looks. But yeah, hopefully that answers the question. Z, did you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
the only thing I can say is like with the custom avatar uploads and the ability to attach your own blend shapes to it eventually, is that of course. Depending on how you hook it up to the skeleton, the facial animation is gonna, it's gonna change, or there'll be quality degradation. And then, of course, if you create that blend shape that you upload as well too, that's really, really crazy and out there. We have no control over how things would look on that end when it starts animating the face.
And how clothing is going to work, rig clothing is going to work on that, and all those problems. But I mean, it's kind of. We want to open up freedom, and the more freedom you give to do stuff, not everything can work with it super well. So, yeah.
Okay. Daisy asked, will we still be able to add all of the old attachments even if they don't fit or rig quite right?
So we're looking at a couple of things right now, which is we're working on, I've been talking about it for a while now, I'm working on it, is MD translation and scaling for Marvelous Designer clothing. So we're working on a few things for compatibility with Avatar 2.0, I should say. We're working on MD translation and scaling. So that should allow you to take your MD clothing, scale it up, move it around so it can better fit on the avatars.
Yeah, I'm mostly interested in not MD. I mean, it's myself, I'm not MD, so my head and my arms and everything. So I was thinking mostly about the rest of it than the non-MD stuff particularly. So
rig clothing is we're not going to support rig clothing out of the box. You're going to have to reskin the rig clothing. Attachments we're going to carry forward attachments. So if you have a sword or whatever, we're going to attach it to the new attachment points on the new avatars. Attachments MD clothing, hair is the same, where it's hair, custom avatars, hair, and rig clothing are pretty much all the same thing in our system. Like, it's all rigged, and we're changing out the skeleton, and we've done some tests, we've done some thinking about it, we've tried some stuff, and we have to make that break. It's unfortunate, but we've decided to go with that break because it's difficult to auto skin it to the new skeleton. We think we're gonna, even if we did get something, it's not gonna be what people want. It's gonna be a little janky, and so we've decided to make this break, hopefully for the better. You guys have all seen the video, and we're gonna try and make beautiful default avatars, make it easier to skin to, and we've decided to kind of just push forward to the future.
Okay. That would be great, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, like all these things we talk about, it's like we give it a shot. We tried it out, and it's not like technically it's not technically possible. We could have come up with something, but the truth is it's gonna come out ugly, and we don't want to make yourself ugly by automatically, right? And
like some auto stuff. So
yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then just to make sure it was clear, so the following items that will still be supported, old items that will still be supported with the change is accessories, Marvel's designer clothing, and emotes. Those should still work. And the three things that will have to be re-rigged, as Sean mentioned, are rigged clothing, rigged hair, as well as what's the last one?
Custom avatars.
Yeah, custom avatars.
Yeah. But a bright new future.
Yes,
There's a
that's
light
right.
at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Darkfire Algama asks, does it fix a lot of Marvelous Designer issues?
So Marvelous Designer issues are a little bit separate from the avatar work that we've been working on, but we are also aiming to fix some of those issues. I believe we've been getting some updates from Marvelous Designer that we need to test out further and integrate into Sansar.
So my question is a lot of this too, like, if I make something now in Marvelous Designer, then it will carry over?
Yes.
So it's going to carry over. We're gonna apply a transform to it to make it fit against the avatar, and then you can simulate it and it'll do its thing. For the best results, obviously, if you is going to be making stuff against the new avatars when they come out, if you want it to be the best fitting it is, like the height of the avatar is changing, the body dimensions of the avatar is changing. So we're going to be applying so say we have a shirt now for a female avatar. We're going to apply that shirt to the new female avatar. We're going to apply a transform to that shirt to make it fit onto the avatar, but the bust might be different, the waist might be a little different. So when you simulate it, it'll refit to the avatar when you drape it, but out of the box, it's not going to fit perfectly until you simulate it. And so the stuff is going to, and Marvelous Designer is amazing, and the simulation side of things is it's unique to Sansar, and it's a really special feature. But going forward, making stuff against the new avatar is going to give the best results. So, but we're going to carry forward the current clothing, and we're going to do that transformation, and we're going to try and get things to fit, and we're going to have tools so you can scale, translate, and rotate that clothing to get it to fit better. And that's what we're doing.
Okay, cool. Asha Sakai Ra asks, did they say we'll be able to import blend shapes? Man, I hope I said that name right. Lots of letters.
The top for
Sorry, the question was, did they say, yeah.
Yeah, so no, not for at least for version 1, but it is something we are investigating if it's something we can support. So
yeah,
the question was if we can support importing blend shapes.
So that's something, we're redoing our import tools a little bit to support this. So we're trying to make them generic enough to support the importing. Whether or not that's in one, the first version that we put out of Avatar 2.0, it's something we want to include though. So.
Okay. Is this going to kill, FCAT is asking, is this going to kill the original base avatar?
So yes, it is. So the new avatar will be replacing the old one. So that would mean that any avatars like the one I have currently will no longer be usable once we shift into Avatar 2.0. And you will have to create a new avatar using the new system that we just presented.
Okay.
It's gonna be great. Yeah.
Sorry for the lag there. Daisy also asked, will we be able to try to add all the non-MD attachments though, even if they don't fit so well? We might have already answered it. Okay,
yeah.
sorry, thanks. Matt, I asked, regarding bone deformation, can we make asymmetric faces?
So it's possible. It's something we're still thinking if it's something we can open up. But it's something that could be part of V1 or perhaps a later date. Perhaps he can provide more information about that. That's possible.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that it's up to us whether we toggle that one on or off for asymmetry control. Because by default, it's asymmetrical. We just added a symmetry capability to it to make it easier to deform the face. So yeah, it's definitely possible.
Basically, like it'll look better if you keep a symmetrical face. Obviously, people want asymmetrical faces. I mean, I have a slightly asymmetrical nose as well in real life, so I might want to do that. But by default, I think the default, like trying to get good-looking avatars to default, make it so people can live their best life here in Zanzibar. We're gonna, the default is to have symmetry turned on. Like Kara said, we're probably going to look to decide, get feedback and see if we want to allow people to have asymmetric. Turning the asymmetry on, it's just extra mind space in terms of extra buttons and things that people have to worry about and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay, and then Ice Cream asked, are we scheduled for September release or should we continue creating?
Yes, we are still shooting for September release. So coming really soon.
So create if you want to get practice, but they're not going to stick around for a long time. Okay. Asha asked, will Avatar 2.0 release with bone deformations for the body?
Good question. So the answer is no for the first release, but we are, after the first release of Avatar 2.0, we are continuing the development so that we can support the body deformation as soon as we can possibly support. But cool. One keynote there is that the new skeleton that we will be providing will be the final skeleton that will also support body deformation so that we will not break any content anymore in the future.
Nice. Okay. Ice Cream Mask also asks, heels, yes, September? 3 separate sentences.
Yes. So heels probably will not yet be supported in September, but it is something we are constantly thinking about. It's potentially not going to be in the next few months, but it's something that we would like to support in the long term.
Okay, so heels in the long term might happen. Ransom asks, is it true that the mic... Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this. Is it true if mic gets deactivated every time we change experiences? If so, can we deactivate that in the settings or make that optional?
Anyone here know what the intended behavior is for microphone? Is Zayas here? Who's in charge of that? Bowden?
Not really sure, actually. But we can definitely look into it.
I'll get back to your Ransom.
Yeah.
Okay.
From what I remember, I'm not sure how this has changed in the last few months, but earlier on, the default behavior was that if you had it on, it would stay on in desktop, and same for VR. And the biggest, I think, comments before was that if you switch from desktop to VR, it would turn on even though your mic was off. But I haven't heard about the setting changing from experience to experience, so we'll investigate on that and then think about the feedback. And
I'd be happy to do some simple testing afterward, but yeah, so far my experience has been that mic condition is persistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, we'll look into it. Thank you.
All right. Can we have Cerberus ask? Can we have blend shapes for non-player characters too? for making our NPCs talk?
It's not in the roadmap currently, and we don't like for these blend shapes. These are edit time blend shapes. These aren't necessarily runtime blend shapes. What in terms of like NPCs talking, where I'd like to go with it, or where I think we should go with it for NPCs talking is to long term. What I'd like, this is my kind of vision for the character editor, was to use the character editor to make NPCs. And if you're making humanoid NPCs, to use our base skeleton to make them, and then if you provide sound files into that NPC, when you play the clip, will run the speech syncing. That's where I'd like to go with it, so that animating the face through blend shapes is going to be difficult. If we can do what we're doing now with the speech with your humanoid NPCs that are based off of our skeleton, you can pipe in the sound files, and we can play the speech back using the face morphing, the face animations. I think that's going to be amazing. So
That would be very cool.
Couldn't we? You don't have to use the full skeleton. But let's say if everyone labels their jawbone jaw and the rest of the mouth bones or facial bones the same way, then it could work.
So we use I don't know how much we can talk about. We use third-party software for our speech. We use a middleware for our speech syncing, and it's tied heavily to the face setup. There is maybe something we can do around just having a flapper. I know that some other products have just kind of a bone flapper in the mouth that kind of syncs to the sound coming out. But we use kind of this third-party software. It does like machine learning stuff. We like train the face. It's really kind of complicated. But that's how we get the bone syncing done. So.
Yeah,
Okay, was that the yep.
And just to add to that, that software is also the same tool, I think, which is the reason why we have a lot of bones in the face.
That's part of the original reason, yeah. But we've learned more about it. There's new versions of it, and so we're hoping to get really good results with the less bones and little slightly better performance and all this other stuff that comes from having fewer bones. So.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds like blend shapes aren't used for talking mouths, just static deform, or did I mishear?
Yep.
Zarni Whoop? Okay, yes, you did.
That's correct.
Okay.
Not used. We don't use blend shapes we use bone this kind of procedural bone animation for the face, not blend shapes.
Okay, Zarni Whoop. Darkfire asks, so we will have to re-upload all using a new skeleton?
Do you mean custom avatars?
I think they mean kind of everything.
Yeah, this was
I see,
answered.
yeah.
You guys answered this for me.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Harmonic asks, this is not about the avatar. Will you accept JPG files for texturing materials?
Is Loki here? I thought I saw Loki Sansar here.
Round.
Oh. He's with the texture. Can I add something to the question?
Go for it.
Oh, I'm asking this because right now also, while you're taking care really good on the avatars, a lot of things change in the material world for builders, which not supported in Sensor. For example, I got a really amazing Blender kit right now that give you a lot of materials automatically that cost a lot of money online, but you can get them with Blender kit. And I made some amazing structure with that materials, and then I found out that all the materials you get them with JPG file, and I don't have access to the original material to change it to PNG. So I did a lot of works, and I have nothing to do with them because you don't support JPG file, which is not something too much to ask for.
Yeah.
In our times.
Yeah, JPEG support is something that's coming, that's something in the roadmap, and I'd like to get it sooner rather than later. So
Yeah, please. It can help a lot with design and to make a lot more stuff. There's, you can see also, you probably, I don't need to tell you, you know better than I am, there's a lot of changes and update in Blenders and all these programs that does not get a support in sensor for materials, for object and stuff like this. It will really good, I will be really happy if you, with all the emphasis you put in on the avatar, you put also emphasis on all the object you have inside sensors, so it could be nice.
Makes sense. Yep.
Okay.
I done. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Harmonic. Can we demand you provide us with an exact copy of our favorite avatar in 2.0? Can you demand it?
What do
You
you mean by
can demand whatever you like.
We are going to be giving out the avatar skeleton before. I'm hopeful that a lot of people here are creators. If you have an avatar that is currently against the current skeleton, we would ask you to we're going to be doing something for people in terms of compensation. I don't know what we're announcing about that, but we'd ask you to update you take your avatars and hopefully link them against the new skeleton, if you can. Reach out to the creators. If you've purchased a custom avatar that you really like, reach out to those creators and see if they'll update their avatar. I think this is better for the health of the avatars going, for the next long time. So we know it's going to be a little painful, but we're trying to make the best decision to get the most people in and to allow for a lot of cool features and to provide for an evergreen avatar going forward that's going to be performant and morphable and beautiful and all these things. So.
All right.
Okay. Loki asks, are we going to have an Avatar 1.0 final day party? Sort of like a end of the world sort of celebration. Yeah, we can make that happen.
Should do that.
Yeah, we should do it. Okay, I'll make that happen.
And then the next day we'll have the 2.0 party where everybody it's a fresh new beginning and everybody can go morph their face and upload their custom avatars and then we'll have a party to show off who has the best new face.
And we're going to play a whole new world on loop for the entire time. So if you like Aladdin, this is going to be great for you. Exactly. Okay, Kat asks, when do we get true push to talk?
I don't have an answer for that. Stanley, do you know anything about that?
I'm not Stanley, but it's a good request. It is. I don't know that it's on the roadmap currently, but we can definitely let our product folks know that it is being requested to end up on the roadmap.
Okay. Darkfire asks, how long till giving items via script or quest? Oh, and then ignore it. Off topic. I don't know who wrote that.
No, I mean that's a fair question. I think we can
say something about that. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while. It's coming. It should be coming around the same time or sooner than Avatar 2.0. So very very early quest creation tools plus giving out items via the quests. All I can say is like either around the time of Avatar 2.0 or sooner than that.
Okay, so a little bit of a mystery. All right. When will the color pipette actually work? That comes from Elvin Maid.
Sorry, what's a color pipette? Just to get more information about that.
I believe it's when you're trying... I don't know. Never mind.
Color palette?
Well, pipette is usually the one where you click it as a button you pick, and then you click on a color and it becomes that color. That's usually what I think is the pipette.
Yep.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Eyedropper, yep.
The eyedropper, yeah.
I see. Yeah. So for the eye specifically is what you're asking about?
It's not. No. It's an eyedropper. It's a little eyedropper, like the thing you use in real life, the eyedropper with a little like push button on top. I can't use my hands here, but it's used in tools to you click on that button, then you click on a color in your Photoshop or whatever, and then you get that color.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that one.
I didn't even know we had one.
I also didn't know we had one.
I don't think we do.
Yeah. I don't think we do.
We
That's
have
fine.
it, but it doesn't work according to Elvin. The color picker, the color picker is there, but it doesn't have a pipette feature. The symbol is there, yeah. It is true that in Edit World, or in the material editor, there is a pipette looking button that opens the color picker, which maybe is just
Gotcha.
Too misleading.
there's an icon. It's a little misleading, I think, because it's not the same thing it means in other tools. So.
Okay.
Maybe we'll swap it out with a little
Yeah,
palette.
we should probably kind of change that icon, not to be confusing.
Okay. So it will work. Just
Well,
it'll be something
color
different.
picker. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like the eyedropper in Photoshop.
Right. Just different behavior, basically.
Maybe in the future, it looks like there's a
There's
desire to have an
ask for
actual
it,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Feature request. Put it in. All right.
Not sure where it's-
Loki asked. Loki, this is an obvious question from you. When will Sansar support valve controllers?
Yeah. So the new index controllers, the new ones. I'm assuming the knuckles, also what they're called. So we're going to be releasing a point release here that'll have the basic support for it. It won't have the full finger support, but it'll have they'll work. They'll work more like the Axis controllers where you have some finger control. We're going to be looking at finger support though very soon. So wait a couple of. I don't know when we're putting out the point release for this release soon though. We're going to have the index controller support.
Okay. General Zod asks, what about Super PNG format with alpha channel or DDS? Currently, we don't have a separate alpha channel to drive effects. Only in the alpha. So currently, we don't have a separate alpha channel to drive effects. Only in the alpha channel, and not on the transparent area of the PNG. Yeah.
Loki, I think it's a question for you, Loki. Another Loki.
Can you repeat that question? I was...
The super alpha channel and super PNGs.
I don't think those are too user friendly for us to start supporting them anytime soon. So.
Okay. So Medhu asks, are there going to be product updates coming to the marketplace before Avatar 2.0?
And Matthew, do you mean an update system on the Star Place? That's Matthew, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was Medhu. Medhu, are you still here? Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So we are, kind of figuring out what's the best way to update items in the store. It's not something that will come before after 2.0, definitely. And I don't know if we can have it in Avatar, alongside Avatar 2.0's release, but we are shooting for some solution to get it to you at some point, perhaps a little bit after 2.0's release. So it could potentially be alongside it, but it might also be like a release or a couple of releases after.
Okay. Elvin says, basically none of our avatars will look as they do or exist at all. We get a new avatar in underwear and nothing in that isn't, sorry, I'm having trouble reading this, nothing that isn't Marvelous Designer will fit. Is that right?
Yeah, so basically once we roll out Avatar 2.0, all of our avatars, the base avatars will be wiped out basically from your inventory, so you will have to go through the new process of creating a new avatar using the new customization feature, and from there we'll have a new set of clothing in your inventory to fit the new avatar, If it's street clothing, we're shooting for Marvelous Designer clothing as our default inventory clothing moving forward. All of, like we mentioned earlier, reclothing will break, so those will no longer be accessible as we roll that out. But you will still have access to your Marvelous Designer clothing and your accessories, so you can put those on right off the bat on the new avatar. As mentioned earlier, they might not fit that well, but we'll have other tools like, Marvel's Designer, scaling and translation to allow you to adjust that further so it will fit your avatar better. And the same goes for accessories. We're going to attach that to the new points, as well as maybe at some point in time allow you to even adjust where that point will be at in your body, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
So definitely, ideally you won't be naked, so there will be clothing there for sure.
I'm
I remember when we
imagining
we released the first set of clothing system, and but previous to that, everybody had to wear. It was like the clothing was baked into the body. And that first day when we released the new clothing system, everybody ran around naked in their underwear because there was newfound freedom. And then everybody wore togas. And I'm sure we'll have something like that where everybody finds. Everybody's going to have that first day, everybody's going to make really awesome faces, or they're going to find the limits of the faces to see kind of how grotesque they can make the new face. And everybody's going to run around naked with grotesque. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really fun.
I'm a big fan of the toga
We should go back
society.
to the togas. Yeah.
I usually wear one.
Where's the ancient Rome experience where we can all get togas and eat grapes?
Ooh.
Not to be a party pooper here, but just a reminder, we don't encourage anyone running around naked in Sansar.
Kara, party pooper.
He's naked right now. Galileo is currently...
This is a bodysuit. This is a bodysuit. Everything is covered. Wow. Called out. Okay.
Well, if you're something like the dragon over there in the back, then you can run naked, theoretically.
What about this guy here? Look at this guy. This guy is amazing.
Kung Fury.
Yeah.
Snow is always...
To be fair, Stanley's avatar is humanoid and has no clothes on.
But he has no body.
Wow.
He has a piece. Like, if
Technicalities.
Yeah. If you have
Look.
a human
Really
body,
kind of humanoid.
Well, let's move on. I don't think we need to discuss this anymore, but...
Ample
Agree to
coverage.
disagree.
My temples are covered by wings, so I'm pretty good to go. Okay. Following up on a PNG question, General Zod. Maybe then a format that supports the alpha channel that's not Super PNG or DDS. Something that is user-friendly, I think he's asking for.
We do have TGA support.
Ooh, nice.
Called out, wow.
Also, I could have sworn PNG supports Alpha Channel. So.
There's something... Okay. No, the question is, what if you put the alpha channel, do our shaders then, Loki, you have to use a certain shader, right? Like out of the box. We have
some shaders.
It picks a shader though. It does pick a shader if you upload with an alpha channel. It picks one of the shaders, right?
Albedo, yeah.
Okay.
But if they need something else, then yeah, they might have to pick the shaders themselves.
Okay.
Alpha channel for effects is the next follow-up, I think, on that. Ice Cream mentioned. I don't know what effects.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on that type of thing, but.
Okay, maybe we can clarify what that is. The question is. Zod's other question is, when you wear custom clothing accessories over MD clothing, it creates a hole where the pieces meet together. And when doing a dance or an extreme emote, it will reveal the hole between the items. Will there be a fix for that?
I see it right there. Yep. You've got the giant sword on and you've got a hole. We should probably remove accessories from hidden surface removal, is what that means, because they don't morph with the body. So they won't deform and move with the clothing. So we probably need to take them out of hidden surface removal.
This is sort of
accessories, yeah.
A bizarre tableau right now. Okay.
It's awesome. Thank you for that demonstration. That was amazing. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Zod, for that.
It was. I'm not joking. That was great. That was a great demonstration, and it is something we should probably look at taking out of hidden surface removal for the accessories.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
talk about that. Yeah.
Love Anime asks, are displacement maps on the roadmap?
Not that I'm aware of, but I can make sure that the render team knows that it's being asked for.
What is a displacement map?
I can send you an article.
Oh, great. I just wanted to ask that for everybody.
Dave P's like an expert here. Where's Dave P?
I'm right here. So a displacement map is a way to, it's like a normal map with depth, is the simplest way to think about it. So you can sort of simulate having lots and lots of triangles, like basically one triangle per texel, and then your texture as a height map. So the alpha channel on your diffuse might say this is how high off the surface that pixel is, but it takes a lot of shader work to make that work. And they're not necessarily cheap, and they don't work with all topologies very well. So they're hard to get right. But it would require material support for it.
Yeah, strictly visual. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's for our architecture or our scenes, is it something that we could possibly have in the future? I mean, creating more detail in our scenes about lots of extra triangles.
Yeah, it's something we can look into, and we'll talk to our render team about that.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily perform better than just throwing extra triangles at it.
Yeah, it's
Depends
just
on
that
which approach you go to.
if VR is a big part of this future, things that are just using bump map or whatever, they do look flat in VR.
Yes,
you.
that is true.
Displacement map may have the ability to fool you better.
Yeah, displacement maps in VR do look a lot better than just normal maps, but they aren't free.
When you say aren't free, how do you mean aren't free?
They take more memory and they take more GPU power to render than normal maps.
Right.
And you have to use them more carefully when you're authoring content.
Okay. Loki asked, any plans to improve full body tracking so I, the only one using full body tracking, can sit and lay down without crouch animation overriding?
We actually talked about it this morning. It's something we're going to look at because we saw a tweet from you, I think, of you sitting down in another VR platform. Yeah, we're going to look at that. We need to do some more testing on that. But yeah, we should support that. And the future is going to be everybody getting those VR trackers. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I should get back. We have them upstairs. I did one of these in those, and they're really fun. You can like move your feet around and stuff. It's really awesome.
I'm excited for them to be built into people's bodies, just sort of a wet hack,
Forcibly.
I think they call
Forcibly.
it. Yeah, forcibly. Look, I want to be a cyborg. It's fine. Any chance of a fur shader, or at least the ability to have layered transparent layers without trails? Ask Visay. No.
Not that I'm aware of. Currently, at least on the roadmap, it's not on the roadmap right now.
Not on the roadmap.
Yeah.
That would be pretty performance expensive, and it's not going to be a priority in the near term. We have a lot of other things that we really want to get to first.
Okay, so it's not a priority for say. Sorry, buddy. Elvin Maid ask, what's with the trails? Will that be fixed eventually? Are we going to fix trails?
What are trails?
It comes from, I think, some of our anti-aliasing technology. If you have if you go to Zen Garden, you throw a red beanbag over a green ground, you can see trails. You can also see trails like in certain transparent materials. If you're like looking through the transparent material, you can see.
I see.
if you move your camera fast around transparent objects, you can see them.
Yeah,
Do you know?
Where I see them the most is when I'm in VR and I'm moving my arms around. Maybe my frame rate's a little lower than it should be.
I don't see them.
Right.
Doing that right now.
Is that anywhere under roadmap?
Nix is the best one to.
I know our render team's aware of it. It's a trade-off between trying to have everything look good and smooth versus having the trails fixed. I know they are always tweaking various things in the renderer to try and get that balance right, make it better. I can ask them about it. I don't know of anything specifically on the roadmap right now, but I can ask if they have any improvements planned.
There is something for water, though. I mean, I think we have. There's something where if you use a different water shader, it doesn't necessarily have that problem. I think it's to use the. Anyway, we should follow up at some point, but I think there's a way to not necessarily get those bad of trails. I thought for water, especially. So.
The multi-bump shader.
The multi-bump shader, yeah.
Okay, so that's trail talk for you. LTD ask, or chemtrails, depending on where we're at on the internet. Any future plans for left-handed VR support for the menu?
I'll look into that. I know who that I believe that's Zayas and Istari, and I'll ask them about it.
Okay, cool. LTD, I'll get back to you on Discord later, or if I see you around. General Zod, regarding Alpha Channel, an example. See the emissive light on my sword? Let's say I want to scroll the emissive lava texture on it, but I want it to happen only where I painted with white in the Alpha Channel of the texture, and not scroll over the whole UV area of the blade.
That seems like a shader, custom shader that we might need. I might have to talk with render guys.
Okay, we'll look into that as well.
Yeah, someone posted a solution that sounded like it would work. That involved breaking the sword up into multiple models.
Okay. Try that, General Zod, or get with that person and maybe. Oh, who's talking?
Materials person. Okay. The render team just said the emissive material supported, the new one does. So, should look at the emissive material.
Cool. Okay. From Twitch, Chris asked, I noticed in my Rift S that Sansar was quite blurry compared to other apps. What can I do to make Sansar sharper? Steam VR's super sampling seemed to do nothing. Chris adds, seems also like there's an issue with anti-aliasing. I hope there's more improvements there.
Anyone?
Did you guys hear the question, or?
Yeah, I heard the question.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to look into it. I mean, the Rift S for me is pretty clear. Like, I can see things clearly in Sansar, but it might have to do with some of our anti-aliasing technology. It might have to do with some other stuff. So.
Okay, that looks like all the questions that we have on the sheet that I'm looking at. So have I missed any? Which is probably good because we need to end right now anyway. It's 12 o'clock. Thank you, everybody. We're going to go to Sansar Top 5. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, perfect timing. Okay, I'm going to drop a portal to Sansar Top 5 if I can, and then we can all head there to party. Nope, I can't.
I love everyone's avatars in here. They're amazing.
Absolutely.
This guy here, I think, though, may be my favorite Snow. I mean, maybe my new favorite.
When will this be available?
It's going to be gone soon.
I know.
It's going to get ported. It's 100% certain that Snow is going to port it to the new one. I'm certain.
Are you going to have different colors?
Snow is the man.
I love it.
So good. So good.
All right. I dropped the link in the chat to Sansar Top 5. Let's do it.
Hey, this is Leslie's office hour portal.
Oh.
This bug is annoying me.
Well, that was fun, right? It's time to get more. Lower fares, better service, sweeter rewards. Alaska.
Where is everybody?
Oh, Ryan, that is an outfit.
Wow. Yeah.
God, the wings are even red and
You totally
multicolored.
redecoed yourself.
Oh,
Do a little
dance
salsa.
going on. This is, gosh, there's just so much Ryan to see right here.
Story of my life. Story of my life.
It's a real sight to behold. I'll have to remind everyone, keep turning on your voice chat after teleport and desktop mode. Oh,
I was talking for a second. I should put my toga on. Hold on.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
There we go.
wow. Oh yeah, those weird robots that are like out of Black Mirror.
Everyone's buying it.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to Science
Hey, what's happening, Lacey? All right, everybody's loading in as normal. Oh, that is the dance move. I like the hand flapping. You know, this is it.
Getting some pictures of us. We're on a boat.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting started here